Hey everyone, it's Justine and welcome to a video today. I'm going to be doing some inlaid die cutting for the new Altenew release. I'm going to be using the Spring Shower Cover Die. The cover die is really cool because it cuts out all these layers of flowers, or of course you can cut it out as its own decorative background. So you can see that all the flowers that are going to be cut out and all the leaves can be layered together to make individual flowers for cards, or you can slip them all into the background and cut them out in different colors like I'm going to do in this video. It's a very versatile cover plate die. I generally find that cover plate dies are quite expensive and they only have one function. So I'm really excited to be using something that has multiple functions that you could use in many different ways. So I'm going to show you one of those ways today. I'm grabbing some press and seal. I saw this on a video once and I wanted to give it a try. So I'm running it through my machine and I am putting the cover plate die on top. So I have the press and seal, my cardstock, and then the cover plate die. Now what I'm hoping this ends up doing is that all of the pieces, all these intricate pieces, stick to the press and seal so that nothing goes out of place and it's really easy to pick and choose the pieces later on when I'm doing all the inlaid die cutting. I'm going to be die cutting several different colors of cardstock today using the same cover plate, so I have a variety of different colors and shapes. So after I peel it off, you can see all of the pieces stuck to the press and seal rather than coming off within the die, and they're all there and ready to go for when I start doing my paper piercing. So I've cut these out in 4 different colors. I use cardstock from Gina K Designs in Jelly Bean Green, Lemon Drop, Ocean Mist, and Innocent Pink. They're very pastel colors and I love the way that they are. And then I'm going to go ahead and die cut one final background here, and I'm going to be using a piece of white cardstock because the white cardstock is going to be my main background. Now I'm using a 110-pound white cardstock here. I'm using my thicker one than I usually do, just so that it's really easy to place the pieces inside and the cardstock isn't too thin. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to put together my card base so I have something to glue everything on. You can see I have all the pieces ready on the side there that I die cut off screen. And I'm going to fold over a piece of 110 Neenah Solar white cardstock. And this measures 11 by 4 1/4, and I scored it in half at 5.5 inches to make a top folding card. So I am going to just actually take out all the pieces from this white background here, and the reason why I'm doing that is so that I have all the areas punched out that I need to insert all of the colored pieces. So you can see here I've actually gone through and I've cut it all out, I've punched out all the pieces, and I'm just going to add some Tombow Mono liquid adhesive all over the white areas here so I can stick it firmly and securely on my card. So for time purposes, I finished gluing the rest off screen, and I am actually going to glue the entire background here just because I'm going to end up adding the shapes inside anyway, so I can cover it all. The only thing I want to leave is about 1/4 inch on all the sides so that it shows that frame, and that frame is there without the glue. So I just went ahead and added a whole bunch of that liquid glue, and I went ahead and I stuck the background on top. In order for my fingers to not get sticky, I used my bone folder here and I just went ahead and I pressed it firmly down on the edges to make sure that that was going to stick down without getting any glue on myself. So I'm going to randomly take these flowers here and I'm going to just start off with the background, and I'm just peeling off the areas and sticking them here onto the cardstock since I already have my glue all down. And because it's all stuck onto the press and seal, it actually stays all in place. So I believe the video I originally saw was from Jennifer McGuire, who thought of this technique, and this is just a really cool way to be able to die cut and to be able to keep all of your pieces together. So this technique is a little bit time consuming. It took me about 10 to 15 minutes to do the background. You could be a little bit less picky if you wanted to. As I said, you could just use this background and just cut it out in some colored cardstock and leave the empty spaces white, or you could of course add the layers like I'm going to do. So once I had everything down here, this is just one layer and I've done all the different colors of cardstock. I'm going to be using the instruction guide here that comes with the cover die, and I'm going to show you some of the layers that you can actually do on the card. So if you follow the instruction guide there, you'll see the different layers and possibilities that you can put on each card. I'm using my tweezers to help me get some exact precision, and I'm just adding details to some of these flowers. So before I added the details, this was all just a 1-layer card. Everything just kind of nested in kind of like a puzzle. And then I went ahead and added these additional layers to just add some extra texture and some extra dimension to the card. And I love the way that it turned out. So again, you just take a look at the instruction guide, see what's available, or you can go ahead and create your own. You can see that I didn't add actually a whole bunch of the different flowers. I just added some here and there for a nice effect. I went ahead and I die cut my piece using a stitched rectangle die, and so that it ends up leaving about a 1/2 inch on either side. And that just gives it a nice thick white frame, which I've been really favoring these days. Lastly, I die cut this Thinking of You die, which is absolutely gorgeous and a perfect large sentiment for the front of your card. This is also by Altenew and is being released today. So Altenew's release today is actually focusing on standalone dies. Standalone dies are dies that can work by themselves without having a coordinating stamp set. I am also going to be giving away a gift certificate over on my blog, and I will link to that below in the video description. So if you're interested in checking out the blog hop for more inspiration, seeing more of the new products from Altenew, or if you're interested in just entering a comment over there to win a gift certificate, you can. And I hope you'll come and join us. So you can see I'm adding this Thinking of You. Adding that in black really makes the colors pop, in my opinion. Sorry for me getting my head in the way there. I really need to stop crafting in the morning before I've brushed my hair. But that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the final dots here. And I'm going to add those on top of the eyes. And that'll be pretty much a finished card. So don't forget that this die cover plate, you don't actually have to use the entire background like I did in this card. You could use any of those flowers to decorate or embellish any of your cards on their own as well. So it's not just about covering the background. There's so many endless possibilities for this cover plate die, and that Thinking of You is just super gorgeous. I love the size of it. So thanks so much for joining me today. If you are interested at all in checking out my blog, I will link to that below in the video description. You can also subscribe to my channel or check out another video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.